Hello Tetra, and welcome to the Shadows preview of Photoshop guides. Today I'm going to go and show how to import an animated GIF. This technique can be used with Photoshop CS3 and CS4. First, what we would do, we'll go under the File menu, Import Options, Video Frames to Layers. As you can see, there is currently nothing displaying, and it only allows me to choose Movie, AVI, MPEGs, but there is a way to get around that, and that is Shift 8 for the star, period star, enter. Will display every single file you can choose from. Next, I'll find an avatar that I want to use. This is the one I'm going to use, Azunan from Kaon. Choose load. I want it from beginning to end. I'm going to make it frame animation. Then I'm going to click OK. What this does essentially takes every frame and makes it as a new layer, and then we can test with the animations and play it. If for some reason you do not have the animation, you can also go to Window and find the animation check mark, and that should open up this window for you. If you find my layout's a lot different than what you're accustomed to, don't worry about it. You can always go in your window, pick what options you like, and then arrange it however you want. This is just currently how I like to have mine. What I wanted to do was to go and figure out a way to get rid of all the text but yet retain the image, and then eventually get rid of the white space so I have a transparent GIF. After watching and tweaking with different layers, I found that if I copied layer 1, which is also in frame 1, I could use that with a masking technique to go and retain the original graphic but remove the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate layer 1 by clicking, dragging to this new layer icon. Otherwise, you can also go right click and choose duplicate layer. I'm going to take the layer 1 copy and move it just below layer 10. I'm going to go to frame 10 so I can see my work. Next, I'm on layer 10, I am going to add a new mask, which you can find in this little icon right here. Or you can right click sorry, that's the wrong one. There. What you see is a white image. Black erases, white shows. So if we take our paintbrush tool, I'm going to go give myself a harder brush and probably a little bit larger diameter. And I just paint. I was lucky that the hair did not actually move from all the various frames, so it didn't affect my animation and it still looks good. Now, all I have to do is Shift, left click, have these two layers selected, and I'm going to just merge those layers. So now frame 10 has been cleaned and doable. I'm going to repeat this process and we'll restart the video after I have completed that work. Okay, I'm back. I have removed all the text from using that technique. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I just get rid of the white background first? I wanted to retain as much detail as possible to allow for when I resize the image so that I wouldn't lose too much detail. For example, if I just deleted all the white space now, go to File, Save for Web and Devices, and resized it within this option, I found I actually had poorer quality than what I wanted. I also had to make sure that I had no transparency dither or any kind of dithering, because that just lowered the quality and raised the size of the GIF, which is something we don't want to do. So next, all I had to do was take the magic wand and pretty much just select everything in the layer that's white and remove it. And I decided I wanted to keep that shadow there just to give it a sense of realism. Move on to my next frame, next layer, deselect, which is used by Control D, or you can just click the selection tool again to recreate it. And delete. Move to layer 3, frame 3, start again, delete, and repeat. I'll go and restart the video after I've completed. Okay, I've just finished, and I'm going to play, and you can see that even the little blinking lines are still working, and everything seems to be running smooth. Now, as I said before, when I went to first originally do this, I originally just resized it through the Save for Web and Devices menu. Found out I had poor quality. So what I'm going to do is actually resize it before I'm going to actually go and export it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image, Image Size, and if I remember correctly, Tetra is supposed to be 150 by 150. You can also notice this is what my new size will be. This is what it was. I'm going to change this option for best for reduction by cubic sharper. If you don't have that option, then just work with whatever bicubic you feel is best to use until you find an option that works best. So I'm going to click OK. And so now here's my miniaturized Azunan. As you can see, the lines can still register. I'll zoom it in here so you can kind of see the better detail. Now I'm going to just go File, Save for Web for Devices. Remember, I'm not going to have any type of dithering. I'm not going to have any transparency. I don't have to worry about this. I can even preview before even saving it. Save. Give it whatever name you want to give it, and save. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to ruin the good copy I have. And that was it. That is how you import an animated GIF into Photoshop CS3 and CS4. If you have Photoshop CS2, you can just use Image Ready to use similar techniques to go and get this done. But for every other user that has Photoshop CS3 and CS4, they cannot open animated GIFs through the regular method of just opening, finding a file, open the GIF, and it'll say this animated GIF, you can only view one frame, saving this file will result in loss of information. And as you can see, there's only one frame, and that's what we didn't want. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Be sure to check the members area to go and vote for, yes, I want more Photoshop guides by The Shadow. If you don't, then I'm not even going to bother because you'd be wasting my time and probably of others too. I could probably show you some additional guides. I like recommendations, so if there's something you kind of want to know how to do, I'll do the best I can to explain how to do it. This is The Shadow, poofing out. Also, I should steal all your cat girls.